Hi, if you're like me, you have figured out that the Assassin's Creed 3 servers are going to close on the 1st of September. Currently, it's the 22nd of August for me in Australia. And you also kind of realize that there's actually a single player trophy that requires online connection, and that being Head in the Clouds, where you have to get all the pivot points that spawn after you beat the final epilogue missions, which are just basic cutscenes, they don't take long at all. Basically, what many people found, including myself, is that there was a glitch pivot that was inaccessible. For me in particular, it was this one in New York. It was basically on that table right there. I have footage of me getting the trophy, but for some reason my microphone was not on, so I'm re-recording all of this. And basically what would happen is I'd run through, there it is on the table, but I run right through it, because it's sort of like a mini cutscene, the game doesn't count Connor as actually being there. Very, very, very annoying. So then you sort of sit here in an endless loop. And I found the first time I went through it, I was no longer to place or pick up my pivot points. And this was fixed by unfriending people from my friend list. Specifically know how it's correlated. But I do know that the pivots you find in the game are actually placed by other people to find their own pivots, if that makes sense. So it could have some sort of relation there. I also saw someone talk about how the PS3 was never meant to be built for more than 50 friends, so it's kind of a weird thing. But by the hint there, you need less than 50 friends, but I have seen reports of people with 100 friends being completely fine on this. So keep that in mind as well. Just only if you have this problem, start removing some people from your friend list, make sure it's not people you actually talk to, just maybe remove like one-off boosting partners, that kind of thing. Now, a video by Darsh Davis Entertainment published in 2013 displayed this exact problem that I'm having, but his solution did not fix my problem, but it did help a lot. So basically, he was told by one of his viewers, Adam Folster. So all credit to Adam Folster for spawning this idea to basically place all 10 of your pivot points around the source of the one that's glitched. And for Darsh Davis and many of his viewers, that worked completely fine. To be more specific, the way he would do it was he would go around this area, place a pivot point here, for example, then walk around, go up here, just wherever you could put them, basically. And then once all that was done, he would press the middle button, sign out, like that. This method may work for you, so it may as well give this a shot. Then you go into here, then the game will tell you, if you disconnected in the map, the game will tell you that you disconnected, but it doesn't really matter. Just hover over this. I hovered over pivots info because you're supposed to fast resync it. Then I logged back in. And then basically you come up with the information there. Mine, since I've already gotten, unfortunately, because my recording was completely whack, I cannot show you, but I will link the video where you can have a much better idea on how to do this visually. But I'm just here to add on to the information that we know in the short amount of time that this conversation is relevant. And what happened with Darsh Davis, if you click on the video, is that this worked for him. It took him about 3 times, I learned, by looking through the comments, by just different combinations. But and by the way, I did do the exact combination he did in the video, but it did not work for me. I slowed down the video because he sped up the part where he put down the pivot points. I did the exact combination, did not work for me. But the similar vein, something similar did work for me. So as I was losing hope for this trophy, I searched PSN forums, PSN profile forums that night, as a sort of last-ditch effort, and I found a giant reopened thread, which I will also link. And it was like 10 years old, and I fast forwarded to the most recent stuff, which was like from merely hours ago, like probably someone typed there a minute ago, and they were talking about how you should have it on the same elevation. I'll see if I can find the exact comment, but it is in there. So basically what that means is, you notice on the mini-map, if you're looking at it in this glitch spot, whether it's in Boston or here, it would be great, but if you go to its level, like I would here, it would go white on the mini-map. So basically, you want to put your pivot points where it's white on the minimap. So for example, up here on this elevation, if you stand here, it will be white in there. So you put down your pivot point here, and so on, all these sort of like mid elevations. So not completely on roofs, but like kind of half in between, like up here, for example. This counts as well. I wish I could show you what I did, but I was not recording this frustration at the time. I only recorded me actually seeing that it worked. From this point, I would do the same thing, and it didn't work. I would disconnect my internet, load back in, it didn't work. And then I also saw on the same forum that someone mentioned, hey, so basically how the pivots work is they are from other people's games. The pivots you put down are collectibles in someone else's game. Like, to find more pivots on you give more pivots for other people to find. That's how it works. And basically what you're doing is you're forcing that pivot to go to a different game. So it takes a bit of time for someone else to open the game, to unlock pivots, and for them to have that pivot taken from you, basically. So unfortunately, this method does involve throwing someone underneath the bus. It sucks, but it is literally the only thing that we can do right now, unfortunately. And I doubt that method will change. Which inevitably means that on the 1st of September, someone out there is going to encounter this glitch pivot, and it's going to prevent them from getting this final trophy and hence the platinum. It's very unfortunate, but that's why this is kind of a life lesson. Always turn up early to things. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. I lost all hope at this point. I'm like, well, goddamn it, it's been like a day and a half, and all these topics aren't working. So then I decided to give the waiting game a go. I didn't move my pivots. I turned off the game completely. I went to go play Lego Rock Band and like Rock Band Beatles for a bit, just to like relax. And then I come back about an hour later, and nothing. I did the same exact thing. Turned off my internet, went back in. No, it was the same exact problem. And then, because I was being paranoid, I went fast travel to the New Frontier. And for retrospect, or for some context, that is where it should respawn into the New Frontier once this sort of resync works. And I went there because I was worried that maybe because like I could see it there that it wasn't going to resync. And hence, I then went to the New Frontier, turned off my game again, played Rock Band for another 2 hours. And then this time, before I loaded back in, I made sure my internet was off. So I went to the PlayStation Network here before I loaded up the game. Sign out. The disc was already in. I went and pressed play. I loaded in like normal. And once I loaded in to the New Frontier, I turned my internet back on. And there it was. It told me that it resynced in New York. The reason it resynced in New York was because I was in the New Frontier. If it worked well and I was in New York, it would go into the New Frontier. And specifically, I'm sure some sort of method that I've mentioned here. I'm sorry, but for time's sake, this will not be very edited at all. The most there will be is links in the description for other resources and just the added knowledge that I found in my own sort of research as well. So please, if you want a proper edited video, go to Darsh Davis Entertainment and combine what you learned there, if none of that works, with what I'm saying here, and hence what I'm also saying through the people who posted on PSN forums. If I find your usernames, I will credit you. So yeah, I signed back in, and then I noticed on the thing that it was reset in New York. I go back to New York on the map. I think I have footage of this, and then I see that it's moved, and I am completely over the moon. But I'm still a bit nervous because I have heard rumors that it has actually happened to people where it is out of bounds, because many years ago people would intentionally put pivots out of bounds so people couldn't reach them. And if you're one of the poor souls that has happened to, I'm very sorry. My best recommendation for you is to try and find a way to clip underneath the map and do the elevation thing if you can't reach it, like the elevation method, putting all your other pivots around it. And that is the only solution that I can really think of, to be honest with you. But hopefully that works. It should work. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't work. As long as it's on the same elevation, all the pivots are in line with the white symbol on the minimap, you will be good. Now, remember, patience is important. As I said, I did literally nothing to change my pivots, but over time it just happened because someone else logged into the game and got to the point where their pivot spawned. That is what happened. And now that person who logged in right before me now has my pivot in their game. And that person will probably come to see this video. So if you are there looking for a fix to your problem, I'm sorry that I've done this to you, but hey, you can do it to someone else. It's very scummy, I know, but not as scummy as the people that put it there. So it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Anyway. I'll show you the footage of me getting the trophy, along with all the other multiplayer trophies if I feel like it. But hopefully this has helped. I urge you to go to the PSN profile forum, linked in the description, and this original video from 2013 by Darsh Davis. I believe the gentleman is still responding to comments, like, all this time later. So don't be afraid to comment on that video and also this video, and I can maybe do something to help you. But I'm pretty sure I'm covering everything here. Happy hunting.
Holy crap. We did it. It's done. His data's uploading to the cloud. Vegas, baby! Vegas!